Hey, any update on Fred today?
He did not practice. There was nothing on the MRI.
Mm-hmm.
Probably day to day.
Yeah. So probably not for tomorrow. No idea. All right.
That's all I got for.
Want to ask you a different one. Anytime a team kind of gets to where you guys are in the standings, everybody, a lot of the world starts talking about tanking. I'm just wondering what your opinion is, or do you have an opinion on that topic, tanking?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like talking about it. I don't like thinking about it. I don't like that it goes on.
Is it insulting when you hear that term used with reference to your team?
No, I think it's like you mentioned in the preface of your question. It's reality, right? It's the reality of it. But we're still playing to win, Mike, and we're still playing to make the playoffs, and we're still playing to get better.
All right. Appreciate that. Thanks, Nick.
You're welcome.
We'll go to Doug.
Hey, Nick, how are you, sir?
I'm good, Doug. How are you? Nice and sunny up there today, huh?
Gorgeous day today. Nice to go sit in a patio, except the stupid government won't let us.
Whoa.
Um,
Whoa. Whoa, Doug.
After the departure of Norm, who was probably one of your better players at getting to the rim and finishing, have you had to tweak the offense a little bit so that those opportunities shift to maybe OG and Gary doesn't have quite the same skill as Norm did in that area of the game?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's tweaking the offense. I think it's opportunity shifts a little bit. I think there's some more chances for OG to drive. We certainly want Pascal to get kind of back to doing that again. He's done that a little bit better the last couple games. I think we're in the development stages with Gary of trying to show him where those opportunities are and get him, going straight downhill as well. But nothing to the like changing of the offense. It's just maybe changing who does it and then continue to coach other guys to do it.
With Gary, he probably hasn't had they haven't needed him to do it in Portland. You guys could use him to be a driver and get in there and drive and kick. Does he have that skill? Have you seen it in practice that maybe we haven't seen in a game?
I think the footwork's there, Doug. I think the footwork's there. The read is there. I think he's blown in there a couple times off, like we say, playing on the catch, or playing before the catch. You're already knowing it's a downhill drive. Again, I think a big part of it is just reps and experience. You start seeing that you can get all the way to the basket or you can't, right? So it's a hard layup, contact layup, play through the hit layup, or a kick out, depending on what you see once you get there.
Great. Thanks very much, Nick. Appreciate it as always.
Thanks, Doug. Enjoy the sunshine.
I plan to.
We'll go to Steven.
Hey, Nick. I'm just curious. Did you watch last night's Gonzaga UCLA game? And if so, what are your thoughts on that game?
I did not watch it. I did not. I did start listening to it on the radio. I was watching the Wizards play last night, and then I watched. I was going back and forth between 2 or 3 other NBA games that I was watching, but once I saw it was real interesting, I switched that to the radio and turned my volume down on my video that I was watching, just to kind of continue to work, but to stay in the current moment, I guess, of what was happening in the world of basketball.
I
heard Nemhard hit a big 3, huh?
Yeah. He had like a step back 3 to put him up 5 with like a minute or so to go there. Like when you're listening to it, did you catch the Adam Morrison's call, the Gonzaga call, where they're going insane about it?
I don't know what I was listening to be honest with you. I seemed like I was listening to PJ Carlissimo. Was he working for ESPN maybe? That's what it seemed like I was listening to.
In regards to your actual team here,
sure.
you mentioned Pascal. Does the last game he obviously played very well. He looked fantastic. Does he look like he's more back to the player that he once was, before?
Yeah, I don't know, Steven. I think that it's probably time for us to stop talking about that. It really is. He played great the other night, exactly how we want him to play. We just want him to improve from there. And it's been a long time since that has passed. And let's just I'm gonna move on from answering. Does he look like he used to look from now on? I thought he looked really good the other night. I think his energy looks good. His body language looks good. He played both ends. He rebounded. Looked like a good basketball player the other night.
Great. Thanks a lot, Nick.
You're welcome, Steve.
We'll go to Aaron.
Hey, Nick. We chatted a little while ago about your plan to stick with the rotation off the bench, and that didn't necessarily go as I think you had planned. But we have Bembry coming up next, and I figured I would ask you, would you like to share your rotation plans? Is it sort of mix and matching again, or are you going to try and go back to guys when they're
a lot
healthy?
easier now, Aaron? We've only got 9 healthy bodies, so they're probably all going to play, right? We only got nine active healthy bodies, so you pretty much got to play. And I'll go through the feel like that. Once if they come off the bench and start playing well, then they'll get longer runs like always. So it's pretty easy.
Sure. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next question goes to William.
Hey, Coach. Good afternoon.
What's up, William? Happy Easter.
Happy Easter to you too. So let's say Fred doesn't play. Obviously, Kyle's out too. That puts you in a pretty tough spot. So, I mean, how would you run point, I guess, for 48 minutes if neither of those guys are there?
Well, Malachi would start. DeAndre can play some point. Then we'd probably start shifting it around some other guys from there.
Right. And to the point about DeAndre, I mean, you know, you mostly had him sort of playing off ball, maybe as a secondary ball handler, but
yep.
Is that sort of a skill set that's like been really useful to you guys this year in particular? Because you guys have had injuries where you guys haven't always been able to have all your selection of point guards available. Just like right
it's pretty interesting with DeAndre. I think that he is a secondary point guard or a secondary ball handler, like you mentioned. But I don't think he likes being the full-time guy that much. I think, you know, he'll when there's another point guard out there, he will chip in and bring it up here and there. But when we've been in some situations where he's been the guy we wanted to play point guard every time. And it's just weird. He can't, you know, sometimes he's outrunning a break and he, you know, it's just kind of, he's always kind of been that type of player. So I think sometimes he just kind of plays in the flow of what he's used to doing. So we've tried to keep that in mind, and we'll maybe have some other guys bring the ball, and it could be a variety of people. You know, we're not afraid to let Pascal, DeAndre, Stanley, even Yuta can bring it. I would say OG can. You know, there's all kinds of guys. More depends on who's matching up with them, I think, a lot of times too.
And I just wanted to follow up after the Warriors game. You said there was a game in 1991 where you lost by 58 points. And so I went to look it up. Apparently it was against Thames Valley, something like that. How the hell did you guys lose?
Thames Valley.
How did you guys lose by that badly? I think you were the player coach then too. Do you remember this game at all?
Yeah, I was player coach. I didn't have a very good game as a player or a coach.
Okay.
that night. But my like I said, don't forget the punchline, because this is actually I'm gonna tell you the rest of this story.
All
okay.
right.
This is actually one of those deals where down in the 50s with 55, 58, whatever it was, with like 4 or 5 seconds to go, the opposing coach took a timeout to kind of whoop it up with the crowd and his team, and not very well. It would be talked about a lot in a major sports market, right? The coach did that, and I did mention to you about I think it was a week or 10 days later, maybe a little later than that. Again, it was a long time ago that we came back and beat them, the same team. So my coaching and playing skills improved a lot in the second game. But I do want to say this, however, which is really interesting, that coach actually called me up several years later to apologize for taking that time out.
Wow.
So I don't care. I don't know if anybody's interested or cares about that, but that's the whole story behind the 58-point loss.
I know. Listen, we all love your British Basketball League stories. Thanks,
Yeah,
guys.
I'm sure. Let's tell some. I can only tell them here because they don't go very far in the locker room.
Thanks, William. We'll go to Takeshi.
Let's go on to some Japanese basketball stories. Making the world tour here today.
Basketball story. It's very difficult to describe, but I do have some stories, but maybe another opportunity.
Hopefully we'll get a meet when I come to Tokyo for the Olympics this summer with Team Canada. How about that? We can
yes,
have a cup of coffee.
Yes, sir. Yes,
wouldn't that be good?
Yeah. Thank you so much. So I would like to ask you about the Rui Hachimura again and the Washington Wizards. So did you actually watch play last game? He was not in the game. So how do you assess his game?
Yeah, he's again he's really making strides. Keshi, I think he's doing it from all over, showing some good athleticism. They're running a bunch of stuff for him at the rim. Looks really comfortable out there shooting the ball. Can I just check? Is he in or out? Have they given us the? So he's questionable for tomorrow. Hopefully he'll be okay and be able to play. I don't think if we play the Wizards again this year or not, do we? So this has been the last chance. But no, he's really done a good job, Takeshi. I think shown great improvement from last year to this year, and continues to get better. I like him as a player a lot.
And I'd like to ask you about specifically, I think he's taking some long twos. So when he comes up from with the ball on the perimeter, when the ball comes to him, he's taking one shot fake and one dribble to go inside the arc and take a long twos. But I don't see your players do that. Your players normally take it to the hoop.
You ever see it? Yeah, we used to have a guy named Kawhi Leonard. He used to take some of those, and Serge Ibaka would take some. I think. Listen, Takeshi, it's Gary's taking some now. Our new player, Gary Trent. It's I think it's different coaches' philosophies and different what they want to do. I came from a very short 2-year school where we didn't take any of them ever, but I've kind of think that there's certain guys that can take them. A lot of times it is the right play. A lot of times the shot clock is in play. And a lot of times there's other reasons maybe for it that you just try to get a guy going first from 2, and then he can start shooting 3. Some guys feel better that way in a rhythm of a game. But I think that it's, again, coach philosophy, and neither one's right or wrong, because I think we can all sit here and picture a lot of guys who made 2-point shots with a lot of championship rings. Right.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Good question, man. All right, everybody, is that it?
Oh, I think Doug's back for one more. Doug's got one more.
You can't leave us hanging. Who the hell was the Thames Valley coach?
Oh, I don't know if I should. Dave Titmus was his name. Really long, respected coach in the game over there, and I believe, might have been the national team coach for a while, but he was a very good coach, long, well-respected guy. I mean, I was like 22 years old, Doug. I might have taken a timeout against me then too.
I'm sorry. I missed the name when you said it.
Dave Titmus, I think, was his name.
Oh yeah, I think he's pretty legendary.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Okay, just want to clear that. Thank you, man.
Don't you guys don't fact check me on all that stuff. I mean, my God, I'm the story gets better after 30 years. You know what I mean? Even Christmas. I know William's gonna find out exactly how long it was after we played them and how much we beat them by. I wouldn't You know what? I'm going to go look because the guy from Derby just wrote a book about the history of Derby basketball, and I'm sure it's in there. So I'm going to go look right now. So, William, I'm going to have the answer for you next time we get together.
I was going to say, that's where I got the answer from. I
really?
got the book off Amazon. I was that curious. It's like $4.
Really?
So Canadian too. So it's even cheaper for you, I guess.
The guy, Steve Orm, the guy that wrote it was Steve Orm.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good, solid book. There's some like Masai tidbits in there too. Actually.
Yeah, there's a picture
he was also on the
there,
team.
too. Yeah, same team.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody. Nice chatting with you. Enjoy the rest of your Easter evening.